Hey guys, so yeah, I made like 3 dozen videos when I was bored. Instead of, I don't have that much time, so I'm just gonna send one video, and maybe I'll get to the other videos eventually. Um, so yeah, obviously, I've been through the fire. Went to the academy. Spent 5 weeks with the first trainer. He kicked me off his truck, saying he didn't feel safe with me on the truck. Long story short, they gave me another trainer for a week to give me some city driving training and backing. A week after that, for our week with him, I did my road test, and I passed with 97%, and I got an A on backing. That's really bright. I didn't realize how bright that was. We'll stop while once this truck goes by. It'll get brighter once this truck goes by. So yeah, I passed. When I did my road test, they didn't have any trucks available, which kind of sucked. And they offered us. There was a couple of us that did the road test together, and they offered us either go home without pay, because once we actually do the road test, when we upgrade, we don't get training pay no more. So that kind of sucks. Or go do a recovery, which those of you that don't know, a recovery is they send you to a truck that was abandoned or needs to be back to the terminal. I went with 2 other guys, and hold on a second. I went with 2 other guys, and their truck sucked, and they were sitting over there. They paid us 26 a mile on the bus to go up there, so it wasn't that bad. That guy's cute. Oh, he dips. Doesn't work for me. 26 a mile on the bus to get up there, which was in Georgia from Texas, and 29 cents a mile kicked in after you got on the truck. Well, we got up there, and like I said, their truck sucked. The trucks they were recovering were abandoned. They were either, the previous owners were either fired or quit. And the truck I got was a 2008 Volvo, and the previous owner for mine didn't quit. They actually just gave her another truck because they were going to trade in the truck she was using. I'd never driven a Volvo before, and I was kind of nervous. I was nervous as it was, just driving by myself for the first time and doing the load and all that stuff for the first time by myself. But I left before they did, and that first pickup was a pain in the ass. I had to drop the trailer in the tightest spot I've ever seen. Not that I've ever seen, but the tightest spot I've ever actually had to drop. It took me about 30-40 minutes to get him in there, but I got the trailer in there and got the load out. I was gonna sleep at my first fuel stop, and a few like 10-20 miles away from Memphis, Tennessee. And when I got there and I fueled up, and I noticed there was no spots available, so it sucked. I cruised around the back, and there were still no spots, and I pulled around back to the fuel island, and I pulled up so people can still fuel up. Meanwhile, I was looking for another place I could stop, and a safe place, and I couldn't find anything. And as I was sitting there, I saw a truck pull out. It was at an awkward angle, so I had to pull back around to get back on my driver's side and back in. And as I got back around, someone already took that spot. They're quick. So that sucked. So I decided to keep on moving. I got to Memphis, and I noticed along the route I was taking, there was 2 truck stops, 2 pilots that I stopped at before, and one of those pilots always has spots because almost all the spots in that pilot are blindsided backs, and it's just in a weird place for those pilots. But it took me. I circled around and I tried a few spots and I couldn't get it in until I finally saw another driver, do another blindsided back, and he wasn't having as many issues as I was, but you could tell he was getting out of the truck a lot, which you do with the blindside. So I decided to pop my brakes. I was in a safe spot where I could park, and got out and I helped him back in. And as he got straight, I got in my truck and I positioned myself for my blinded side of back, and he got out of his truck and he helped me. So thank God. a lot of the cases I realize with that type of stuff, if you help somebody out, more than likely they're going to help you out. So that's good. I got to my delivery. Actually, no, I didn't get to my delivery that day. The next day, I should say. The next day, I realized I was like 3 days early, and I only had about 6 hours to go to my delivery. We're saying, let's see, 600 miles, give or take. No, that's 10 hours. About 400 miles left. And I took a U.S. highway. I don't like U.S. highways. I don't. They often have construction on them, stoplights, this and that. I don't like taking this truck on on highways that are going like 60 or 70 miles an hour and there's stoplights. I don't like doing that, but I did what had to be done. But as I was getting close to my exit, it didn't look like an exit, so I passed it, and I realized I missed that exit, and I had to flip a bitch on a U.S. highway, and then that's a bitch as it is. That's the reason why I call it flip a bitch. But I managed to get back get back on the route, and then I realized that it was getting late, and the later it gets, the less chance you have of finding a spot. I had two places I was going to look at for stopping for the night, where the delivery was, and it was getting late. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a spot there, so I saw the Oklahoma Welcome Center, and I pulled in, and I realized, you know what, I'm only 14 miles away from my my delivery location and all that stuff. I was like, nah, I'm just going to stop for the night. There's a safe spot right here. I'm good. I'm good on running low on hours. I had like 2 hours, about an hour and a half left. So if there wasn't a spot over there, I'd be kind of screwed. So I stopped there for the night, and I drove 14 miles the next day and sat there for a day and a half, or about a day. A day and a half. And got my delivery in. And then I took the truck back down to the main terminal in Lancaster, Texas. And it was raining really bad. And it was a recovery truck, like I said, so it had been used for a while. And I was heading down through Dallas, and it started to stop raining a little bit. But there was still like mist coming off from the trucks and all that. In the middle of Dallas, on the freeway, my passenger side windshield wiper decides to go all gimpy and brake on me and starts slowly scratching the windshield. And that I wasn't worried about. I was worried about the fact that I didn't have a windshield wiper and it was still getting mist on the windshield. But I was like 15-20 minutes from my location, and it wasn't that bad where I could still turn it on. I still have my driver's side, I could still turn it on, but I just use it I only used it as much as I needed to, and I slowed down and all that stuff. I was already going slow as it is since it was raining, but I finally got the trailer dropped off. It stopped raining. Bobtailed back to the terminal the next day. I'm going to the office, and I was like, "Cool, here to see you guys see if you guys got a truck for me." And found out that day I also have a new driving manager. Go through driving managers like freaking candy over there. I like my new one, but like, oh, go talk to him. Your new driver manager's got your truck. I'm like, okay, so that's good to have my truck. And I go up to him. He's like, yeah, you're looking for truck number 12703. I'm like, 12, because the way our trucks work, the first two numbers are the year. And I was like, well, it's not an 07, it's not an 08, it's not an 09, it's not a 10. On 11, I was like, sweet, I got a brand new truck. I walked around and I saw it, and they handed me this truck, 2012 Volvo. And there's some people that bitch about Volvos. I like it, and main reason why I like it, it's mine. It's a nice reward for after all the stress that I've gone through. They hand me a brand new truck, and seriously, it still has. I haven't done plastic on it. The top bunk still has plastic on it, but when I got the truck, everything had plastic on it. The seats, the floors, the fake wood trim, everything had plastic on it, so I had to get rid of all that, but it was nice. It still has a new car smell. Drives beautifully. I love driving this thing. And the first load they gave me was heading home, so I can see my family, since I haven't seen them in a while. And I got a load from Fort Worth going to Los Lunas, New Mexico, which is just 24 miles south of Albuquerque. So that was cool. I get the load. I totally missed another turn. It's a bad habit I have to break. I think my problem is I get nervous and I'm like, if that's not the right thing, I'm going to be lost. But then I end up getting lost in the first one. I'll have to adjust myself on that one. But I got lost really bad over there. Not lost, but I had to turn around and all that stuff. But I get the load, I get loaded, or I get there, they didn't give me the right pickup number. So I sat there for about 30 minutes until I got the pickup number. Thanks to my driving manager gave me the right pickup number. And there's my dispatcher, hopefully. And it was a heavy load. It was 42,000 pounds. Yep, my load assignment. Meat. 44,000. Oh, I hate it. I'm gonna have to freaking move this freaking fifth wheel, and I hate doing that. Oh my god, no. Going to Cactus, Texas. Ugh. I hate Cactus, Texas. Stinks. But, hold on a second. Don't even think about it, Bubba. I'm gonna have to make a sign. Oh. Anytime tomorrow I can pick up. Going to Nebraska. Never been in Nebraska. On the 14th. It picks up on the possible. Anyways, I'm gonna go to scale the load, and it took me 3 tries to get that freaking load right, and I got it to, with 150 gallons of gas in there in my tank, I got it to 33,940 pounds on my drives and 33,800 on my trailer. And if I put any more gas in, I was going to be off, but I couldn't adjust it anymore, otherwise it's going to be off somehow. And I was worried about going into New Mexico after I got gas, and then I realized New Mexico's weight limits is slightly different than Texas. It's a little bit more, so I got lucky on that one. I got the load delivered, saw my family. Now I'm sitting here in Albuquerque and about to go to Cactus, Texas. So that's what's happened in the past month and a half. So I'm going to upload this, get my stuff together. You guys drive safe, and I'll see you on the road.